Hello, I'm very happy to have a chance to talk to and introduce you Professor May Kam, a researcher of Hong Kong. Welcome. And Hong Kong is a city of glittering skyscrapers. It is a global financial center and one of the most densely populated places in the world. And we will hear what challenges arise in terms of inequality and segregation in Hong Kong.
This map can tell us the geography of Hong Kong, and it has to do with our history as a British colony. So before I talk about our spatial segregation, you can see that this is Hong Kong Island. If you've been to Hong Kong, and this island was ceded to Britain back in 1842, and then in 1860, this is what we call Kowloon, was ceded to Britain as well. So these are ceded territory. But then back in 1898, the Britain managed to lease the new territories from China for 99 years. And that's why we have the 1997 question. So for many years, the British colonizers basically had developments in their ceded territories and tried to avoid the new territories, except when they try to develop, the new towns. So the geography you could imagine is that basically development had been concentrated on this ceded territory and then expanded to some of the new towns which are built along the coastline through reclamation, and the rest are the new territories. In the past, I think, maybe a certain district, the whole district would be like, you would think, wow, that's a rich man's place, right? And then certain district, you will think that, oh, that is very poor, and the whole district is very poor. But now I think the thing has evolved, and this kind of segregation, has been developed down to district level. In the past, yeah, you do have all these, facilities, markets, public facilities where people of all walks of life, they can come together and know one another. But now increasingly, I think this kind of segregation has been worsened in the city's development, because of its very compact form. So the rich and the poor live very close to one another. It's like what you said, you can still have, differentiation, but then you still have mix. And so rich people can see poor people can see rich people, and then they understand that, it's just tough luck, Well, is there a role for urban planning and design? Absolutely. I think when we do planning and design, it's very important for us to consider the neighborhood mix. It's important to imagine, like, how can we design, say, public spaces or facilities that different people from different walks of life will use. They will come into one another and they will know one another. And it's very important to also educate people on the importance of a spatially just city, and also emphasize on considering sustainable development goals or the new urban agenda when we design cities, when we plan cities.
And you mentioned neighborhood mix. Is it really happening? Yes. Is it more like a policy that doesn't work, or are there some rules that developers have to invest or seek for mixing?
I don't think the developers are asked to do this. Like, Hong Kong doesn't have affordable housing rule. Like, I don't know, in other parts of the world, if you do private development, private estate development, you are required by the law to say 5%, 10% as affordable housing. We never have that.
Then the government itself built some affordable houses, social houses.
Yes. The government, we have quite a sizable sector of people living in public housing compared to other cities.
Okay.
If not, Hong Kong would be not livable at all. Well, Gandhi said the future depends on what we do in the present. And also Lincoln also said the most reliable way to predict the future is to create it. And I want to also want to quote from John Logan and Harvey Moloch, their book on urban fortunes. So basically, well, they're talking about American cities, but I think, it's true for cities around the world as well. So basically, they argue that all capitalist places are the creations of activists who push hard to alter how markets function, how prices are set, and how lives are affected. So I guess the future really depends on how people react to all these changes. Do they just passively accept these changes, or they would like to defend their space and try to, protect their own space and try to conserve their space for use values and fight back, all these capitalist endeavors which try to transform our land into, land uses for exchange values.